Hey guys, Naturally Nelsy here today, and I have a video that I have pretty much scraped together due to all the different emails, messages, Instagram comments on my YouTube videos, all of that. And I basically decided to compile a video that can address the topic that seems to be the most predominantly based. I wonder if you guys can take a guess what it is. Maybe not. It's this right here. No, not my hair, but the actual color of my hair. So like I said, I've been getting a lot of different requests regarding my color and everything like that. Apparently I'm a big inspiration to a lot of naturals that want to color their hair, and they I guess are inspired by the fact that I have my hair colored for so long, and you know, I keep it healthy and it's able to grow and, you know, just look nice and everything like that. This is basically going to be a what to expect video with hair color, weighing the pros and the cons of hair color, because believe me, there are some cons that come with it and everything like that. So I did compile a list of things on my phone. I believe I have like 9 or 8 little points that I want to address in this video. So yes, I'll pretty much get started with that. So just a little background information with my hair. As you guys see, I am natural, and 2, my hair is color treated. The color that I do color my hair with is Creme of Nature Golden Copper. I have been coloring my hair for the past 2 years. I would say maybe 2.5 years, because I colored my hair once before I big chop when my hair was relaxed, and then I colored it again when my hair was natural. So I do have a video that goes all into that down below. I don't want this to be too long, so you guys can visit that video if you want to see it. But basically, I colored my hair when it was still relaxed, bronze copper, thinking I would get this results in my hair, and I didn't. And then after I did my big chop and I, you know, did my little TWA action going on, I wanted to go a little bit lighter, so I chose golden copper, which is my hair color now. And this is what's been my color for, you know, the longest. As you guys see, when I get back, you know, it looks a little darker, but I got requested to show my hair in natural lighting, and this is pretty much what it looks like. It's very light. When the sun hit it, it looks very red. It's like kind of like a red auburn, if you will, kind of color like that. And as you guys can see, my roots are starting to grow out. So it is that right there is my natural hair color, the dark roots right there, and this is my hair color in itself. So yeah, that's pretty much my you know, spiel with coloring. Now I'm just going to get into the points that I have listed in my phone here. The first thing that I want to address is bleaching. A lot of you always want to know if I bleached my hair to get this color, and the answer is no, I did not bleach my hair. I was already scared to color my hair when it was relaxed, because you guys know with the chemical compounds of that lye relaxer, no lye, whatever you use, relaxer's relaxer. On top of that, putting more chemicals. On top of that, putting more bleach. I was like, nope, I'm not, didn't do it. So I was always scared to do bleach, and I knew with my natural I didn't even want to risk it. So I never colored my hair with I never used bleach to lift my color, lighten my hair, anything like that. This, I just got lucky, I'll say that. I got exactly the same color that I wanted, and a lot of people wanted to know, was that an effect of, you know, previously coloring my hair before the bronze copper to get this color? And I don't think it is, because I would have to say that you know, that was 2 years ago that I last colored, and a substantial amount of my hair has grown out just from me, you know, redoing the darkest roots. And if you guys look closely, you'll see that, you know, these are the dark roots, and pretty much everything out has just been my natural hair color, already colored with the golden copper. So I don't think it has anything to do with that, because I still got the same color, you know, with that. But getting into bleach, if you guys are going to do anything with chemicals, my advice to you guys is, if you aren't, you know, like a licensed beautician, a cosmetologist, anything like that, I would say leave those kind of, you know, lifting and chemical things to the professionals. If you want to take the risk and try it yourself, by all means go ahead. I know YouTube is a big teacher for a lot of us, but me personally, when it comes to things like bleach and, you know, all of that, I just stay away from it. I wouldn't even go to a professional. I just stay away from it. I knew that I wanted to do something that I can maintain myself. I know coloring at home with the box kit wasn't hard, so that's what I did with coloring. But that is pretty much my, you know, thing with bleach. I feel like if you're gonna, you know, get out the big guns, use stuff like that, harsh chemicals, definitely go to a cosmetologist, a professional, and have your hair done there, because bleach is not something to play with. And I myself remember in high school a lot of different girls who did play with bleach when the whole blonde thing was, you know, the highlight. I think it still is actually. And I have seen some girls come into, you know, in high school with green hair. So if you don't know what you're doing, I say go to, you know, a professional. And sometimes girls have to cut their hair off because the effects of the bleach were so strong on their hair and it just destroyed it. I never bleached my hair. I never did anything to lift my color or anything like that. I just got lucky with this color, and I'll continue saying that. Next thing that I want to talk about is the effects of not getting the right color. A lot of my followers on Instagram tell me that, you know, they went out after they saw my hair, they ran out and they got the same box of color and they colored their hair and they did not get the same results I get. And that's always going to be a risk that you take with coloring your hair. You're not always going to get the same exact shade that the next girl got that you saw use the same color, because as you guys know, I'm different from you, your hair is different from mine, and vice versa. So you're not always going to get the same exact results. They do have that little, I'm sorry I don't have the box on hand, but they do have like that little gradient scale where if your hair is darker, it might turn out this color and that color. I mean, you always take a risk. There's really no definite, you know, confirmation of what your hair is going to be like. They say that if your hair is very, very dark, if you want to go really light, you should, you know, use bleach to lift your hair. But again, you have to leave that to the professional. If you guys know that you definitely want to get it right the first time, I will go to a professional and get it done there. So that is, you know, my whole thing. As you guys know, when I first colored my hair with what was it, the bronze copper, I wanted this color and didn't get it. So I had to color my hair a second time, and then I got it right, thankfully. If I didn't get it right after that, I wasn't going to color again, but thankfully I did. So yeah, that's my whole thing with getting the right color. There's always a risk. So, you know, these are the cons that come with color. Next thing that I want to talk about is curl pattern. A lot of different women wanted to know, you know, has my curl pattern changed since I've been coloring my hair? And my response to that is, regardless if I colored my hair or not, my hair pattern has changed, and that's mainly due to the fact that my hair has gotten longer, and your hair pattern just or your curl texture, whatever you want to call it, just naturally change as, you know, you progress further in your journey and your hair grows out. You guys know I started with a really short TWA and my curls changed. I noticed like wash and goes aren't even the same for me because, you know, my hair has changed, the pattern has changed substantially. And the main I would say controversy with color is that a lot of people think that the permanent hair color, the dye or whatever, it actually loosens your curl pattern. I'm not going to say that it doesn't do that, because I have seen different, you know, videos on YouTube or different, you know, issues where some women have noticed that. But me personally, I haven't noticed it loosen my curl pattern or, you know, damage it or change it or anything like that. But again, when you color your hair, you always have that risk that you know, your hair will not react the same way as somebody else's will. So be mindful of that and just, you know, weigh those risks on if you really want to color your hair. Now, the next issue that I do want to highlight in this video is dry hair. You guys need to understand that you are putting a chemical in your hair, and anytime you put something that is not natural in your hair, it's going to strip something from your hair or take away something or change your hair entirely. So dryness is definitely something that you will, I have not heard anybody color their hair and tell me that their hair was never dry from coloring. I haven't, and I myself have experienced really dry hair with coloring my hair. It's mainly, I would say, after I color my hair and then, you know, during the week where I'm trying to whip my hair back into shape. Basically the dye, you know, it's harsh. If you look at some of the ingredients in the dye, it's not the best stuff. So, you know, from it changing your hair color, it does cause it to be a lot more drying than usual. So you're gonna have to tweak your regimen a little bit more as far as to pretty much program your hair to get used to getting that moisture or whatever was stripped away from it during the initial process. So dry hair is something that you guys definitely have to be prepared for if you are thinking about coloring your hair. The next issue is breakage. I would say if you aren't, you know, following the directions of the box, I think the directions say it's from 4 to 8 weeks or 6 to 8 weeks that you can retouch your roots. And a lot of times women don't usually wait that long. I've gotten a lot of questions where, you know, some women have colored their hair and they didn't get the, you know, right color or hue they were looking for. So they were asking me, you know, should I just do it again? I was like, no, please do not do that. You never ever ever want to color your hair too close to the time where it says on the box. It says 4 to 8 weeks, but honestly, me being, if you're serious about your hair and you do not want to mess it up, I would say wait longer. I usually tell them, you know, if you really cannot wait, stick to at least a 4 weeks range. Make sure you do a deep conditioner. You know, make sure you moisturize your hair, put oils, deep treatment in your hair. Make sure you do everything possible to your hair, because that dryness is no joke. And if you do have dryness and you don't use anything to counter that, it will lead to breakage. So that is a main thing that comes with color. You know, that's where the breakage and that's where the damage comes from if you're not ready to maintain your hair. So yes, please, you guys, you're gonna get breakage if you don't take care of it. So if you are gonna color, make sure that you're ready to take the necessary steps to avoid things like dried hair, brittle hair, damage, low porosity, high porosity, things like that. So yes, just be very careful and be aware of these elements that can happen with color. So now that we got the cons out of the way, this is the, I guess you could say, the positive part, where I'm going to promote, you know, different tips and tricks that have worked for me so that I can retain length, avoid damage, brittle hair, things of that nature. And yeah, now I'm going to share that with you guys. So heat is one of the main things that can cause a lot of damage on your hair. If you guys are not familiar with what I've incurred in the last month, I suffer from heat damage, and from one time when I blew up my hair, and I would say that it was very different for me because I've blown out my hair in the past. And if you guys are familiar with my channel, I hardly ever use heat, and I blew up my hair in the past. My hair, you know, was growing out TWA, it was fine. And then when my hair got a lot longer, I did a length check and I got heat damage. So I would say if your hair is color treated, you guys already know that we already got one strike down, because we do have the, you know, chemical process in our hair or whatever. But if you put heat on top of that, and if you frequently put heat on top of that, that will lead to your hair being not only dry but brittle, damaged, and that can lead to breakage and split ends, and that is what's going to take away the length from your hair. And we all want to retain length and healthy hair. So I would say if you're going to use heat, try to, you know, minimize how many times you use heat, how frequently you use heat. I know when I was relaxed, they had something called a heat pass, or maybe you flat ironed your hair, or, you know, use a blow dry, any type of hot tool on your hair, maybe every 3 months, every 6 months, once a year, you know, twice a year. It really goes on the health of your hair, and you have to really, you know, determine if your hair is ready for something like that. But always use a heat protectant, always deep condition. What you really want to do is basically strengthen your hair and train it and build it up so that, you know, your hair can be in a good state before you do something else to alter, you know, the structure of your hair, like straighten it or blow dry it or anything like that. I always do deep conditioners if I know I'm going to do something drastic to my hair, which is very rare. But yes, and like I said, sometimes that stuff does not work, because like I said, I blew dry I blew out my hair with a blow dry. I didn't, you know, flat iron or anything, but I still got heat damage, and I had to end up cutting that off. So you never know with hair color, but if you can take the preventative measures to make sure that your hair is going to be in good shape, you guys should be okay. But stay away from heat if you can. Now, of course, if your hair is color treated, you usually want to keep the same color, or you want to do a different color. If you want to change your color, again, I would say go to a cosmetologist, because I know for sure that if I were to color my hair and maybe want to go blonde, it might take really well. If I want to go darker, it might take, you know, maybe good, kind of bad. I might get two different colors, but I'm usually going to stick to the same thing. I love this color. I think it looks great, my complexion, everything like that. So I'm sticking to this color, but some of you may be different. So if you want to touch up your hair or maybe re-dye it, go to a professional. But as far as retouches, now on the box, I believe it says 4 to 6 weeks or 6 to 8 weeks. I'm going to say 4 to 6 weeks. That's probably what it says on the box, that you can touch up your hair. And what touch up means is basically, as you guys can see, my natural hair color is starting to grow, and so this would be considered new growth right here. The dark roots, that's considered new growth, and that is what I would be touching up with you know, color. So I try to stretch my color touches for as long as possible. I only color my hair 4 times a year, sometimes even more if that. So that means I only, you know, do it 4 times a year, and that means I give my hair 3 months to basically thrive and build itself up and get the, you know, strength back in my hair, so that it's prepared for the next time when I do color my hair. But you know, if you touch up your hair too frequently, you know, like coloring it, it can lead to damage, because you know your hair is just not at that point where it's ready to take on the effects of the harsh chemicals and everything like that. So just, you know, if you can stretch, I know that stretch term is from relaxed scales, if you could stretch that color for as long as possible, definitely do so, because it is definitely a benefit to your hair, and you will notice that it's a lot healthier. Something else I do with touching up my hair, if I know I'm going to color my hair, of course I'm going to always stick with my deep conditioners, everything like that. And right after I initially color my hair, you know, you leave the cap on for 30 minutes and you rinse the chemical out, the color chemical out. What I do is, you know, they usually give you that little cheap sample packet of conditioner, and they tell you style your hair. I rinse it out first, and then I do the shampoo, then I use the conditioner they give me, and then I go, you know, use some more of my own conditioner, because that little packet they give you is never enough. And then what I'll do is I'll go in with another deep conditioner on top of that and leave that on my hair for an hour. And I think that helps as far as to counter the dryness that usually would come when I didn't do that step. So I would totally use that as a tip for you guys when you are retouching your color. Right after you rinse it out, shampoo, condition, go in and do a deep condition and leave it in for your hair for about an hour or so more if you want. The conditioner that I like to use is the Aussie Moist 3-Minute Miracle. I don't know what is in that stuff, but it's absolutely awesome. My hair loves it. So yes, that's the preference that I have for when I like to deep condition right after I color my hair in the same day. And of course, you know, after that, you continuously to deep condition your hair every week and apply moisture and everything like that, but I'll get into that soon. I always make sure to deep condition my hair once a week. Always, always, always. I never ever miss a deep conditioner. And I also like to listen to my hair when it's telling me certain things as well. When it feels really dry, or maybe it's brittle or things like that, I know that it is time to moisturize my hair. So what I like to do is after I deep condition, you know, I just put in my styling products and everything like that. I have actually tweaked my regimen, which I have to share with you guys. But what I basically do now is I apply a moisturizer, I apply a leave-in, I apply the styling curling cream, whatever I'm going to use, and then I put an oil on top of that, and that pretty much helps with keeping my hair you know, moisturized. The oil seals in the moisturizer, and that's what keeps my hair, you know, in a good state. And during the week, if I feel like my hair needs some more moisturizer every other day, I'll moisturize it with you know, a moisturizer, or I'll apply an oil on top of it, or a leave-in. And I'll also, you know, maybe oil my scalp, things like that, massage my hair. You always need to listen to your hair. The biggest thing is to listen to your hair. If your hair is telling you certain products aren't working out, it's feeling dry, listen to it. Another thing that's really good for your hair is water. Like just straight H2O water is good for your hair, because you know, it's very moisturizing. There's no chemicals or anything in it. So if you can, you know, spritz your hair with water when you you know, style it, that also helps too. That's something that I've incorporated into my regimen as well. And something else that helps is trimming your hair too. I know that with, I don't know if it's a difference with regular, you know, natural hair that hasn't been processed or anything, but I personally noticed that with my colored hair, I have trimmed my hair, I would say pretty much a lot recent. This has been recently with the heat damage that I have had with my hair, but you know, you do have to trim your hair too. I don't know if you got to trim it more with color treated hair or less. You notice that you know, you're doing your twist outs or your braid outs, whatever have you, and your ends just aren't being the way they naturally are curly. Maybe it might be time for a trim. I had to recently trim my hair a lot due to heat damage, and on top of that, my, you know, ends were just getting raggedy. So trimming is something that you guys are gonna have to do with color treated hair as well. So I think that's pretty much all the things that I really want to hit on the head as far as the different questions that come with hair coloring and things like that. I just want you guys to know that before you even decide to jump into doing, you know, your coloring your hair or doing anything like that, you always, always, always must just, you know, process and assess the health of your hair before you decide to take a big step. Like, why is my cat crying? Stop, Russell. Stop. So you definitely must assess that on and just, you know, see what the health of your hair. Why are you crying? My cat is crying. Just assess and see the health of your hair before you decide to color it or anything like that. Okay, I have to get my cat because she's crying. Just assess the health of your hair and make sure that, you know, it's in a good state, because color is no joke, guys. It's nothing to play around with. If it's serious, and it can lead to serious damage or breaking if it isn't maintained. If you know that you aren't going to deep condition your hair, moisturize, just listen to your hair, have to take the time out to, you know, pretty much care for your hair and nurture it just like a baby, I would say probably not color, because it does require a lot of work. And if you want to keep your hair healthy, I'm getting so many different distractions. If you want to keep your hair healthy, maintain your length and everything like that, you have to take on the responsibility that does come with color treated hair. So yes, I think that's everything that I did want to share with you guys. My cat is getting very anxious. I don't know what she wants. I hope that I was able to help you all, and you know, you guys have a good, healthy, colored haired journey, because it definitely is possible to have healthy colored hair and maintain length and everything like that, because there's a misconception that comes that, you know, you can't do it, and I'm doing it. So it just takes some extra work. Of course, we gotta do a little bit more, but it's definitely possible. So I hope that was able to help you guys, and if I didn't cover anything, feel free to leave it down below and I'll do my best to answer it and seek out the solutions or answers to your questions. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a happy and wonderful healthy hair journey, and bye bye from me and Russell. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.